lot of the data was coming into the game, with golf really was the main transition into baseball with TrackMan. Now you see Hawkeye, Rapsodo, all this stuff. We kept getting all this data. We didn't know how to improve it, how to develop it. It was cool that we got the readings, but then it was like, okay, what's the next step? And this thing kept popping up of spin efficiency. Like spin rate is simply just the potential of something. How you orient that spin, that's where the real magic happens. So we wanted to develop something that we could actually give to baseball players that could enhance some of their movements. And so this was the idea. So like if you and I were playing catch with a football, it's very easy to identify if we threw it correctly or not, right? You can see the perfect spiral or the wobbly duck. So right away, oh, good throw, bad throw. With baseball, because the ball's so small, we're throwing it at such high velocities, it's incredibly difficult to tell, hey, did I clip that right? Did I not? I don't even know how it's supposed to look out of my hand. And so this is to provide you that immediate visual feedback. And so if you had taken that football that we're playing catch with and we turn it the other way and we backspin it, now I'm getting all that spin to play in my favor. That's higher spin efficiency. When it's on that bullet spin, that's no spin efficiency, and that's not fighting gravity longer. So if you want that great Verlander, Kershaw fastball, DeGrom getting behind it, that's where this tool comes into play. And so just getting that immediate visual feedback out of the hand, that's really the main design behind this thing.
Well, amazing description. And for folks that have joined other mustard classes, some of that all sounds super familiar. For one, as I'm sure Connor knows, and a lot of folks in this class will be familiar with, there's a gentleman named Tom House who kind of invented baseball players throwing a football for training, precisely because of what Connor just said. Yeah. You can't throw a football with poor mechanics and see a perfect spiral, right? So you get that immediate visual feedback when you're throwing football. The problem being you're practicing more of like a slider rather than a fastball. The other thing that's come up a number of times on our classes, Connor, and it came up with Kirsch, Ryan Helsley talked about this, Lucas Giolito talked about this, the importance of when they're long tossing or playing catch, they're really trying to visualize the ball flight and they're trying to see a certain ball flight. Now, those are guys that are the best of the best and have been throwing baseballs for many years. And now, so we're talking to a lot of younger athletes in this class. And so you develop something where basically they can take what Kershaw's doing from a visualization perspective and from a feel perspective, and they can make sure they're getting that same feel themselves. Is that accurate?
Yeah, without question. It's a brilliant point. When we're long tossing, and that's when even guys, like, not to go down different rabbit holes, but when guys will long toss their changeups because they want to see the flight of the ball. Am I actually clipping it correctly? At that longer distance allows the time for the baseball to actually do what it's going to do with the spin. But at those closer distances, given the velocities, it's really hard to identify what the ball is doing. So this is a way to take those long toss throws to get the visualization of the result of your throw. And when you're back into 60 feet, 50 feet, and you're working on your throws, you're not going to be able to see the visual of how that ball is actually flying, right? We've all seen the outfield throw where it just tails off dramatically. But if you threw that exact same throw from 50 feet, it probably just looked like a little baby runner. So it's hard to actually identify. But with this tool, we can actually clean that up, get a true sense of what the ball is looking like out of our hand. That way we can kind of get the best of all worlds.